I fight. I fight every day to be aware and to enjoy the moment. Before, I was too much in the future or too much in the past. Now, I'm still there and there.
But you're able
I
to bring yourself back
most of
to
the
where
time.
you are today. Because
Yes.
you're present, but you
Yes.
can't be too much in the future
Yes.
to lose where
have
you
to
are, your
go
reality.
to-
yes,
to get-
visualize, to get
come
where you
back.
want to go. But yeah,
And come back like we do now.
And walk as
enjoy
if you already
be
have
here,
it and be in the
100%.
moment.
Be in the flow. Be in the flow. If you feel it, you are in the flow because there are no thoughts coming to your mind.
hey guys, welcome to the BUDU channel. So we have a special guest. Now you've got to tell me your name, your whole name, please. Go on.
Ionut Iulian Ungureanu.
Iulian.
Yeah.
Ionut
Ungureanu.
Ungureanu. So we're here today because, which is funny. Actually, this is the first time I'm meeting Iulian for the first time.
Yeah.
We actually messaged each other online, and so he was just wanting to get a little more information on what I do, what he does, because I'm sure we can both bring value. He just got his book, so first time I'm seeing him. We were only online, so thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. So this is your new book. So before we start in, for the people that don't know you, could you explain a little bit about who you are and why London?
Wow. Yeah. Who I am? I'm born in Romania, and I moved to London 5 years ago. Why London? Because it was my dream to move to London. As I felt in London, I could eventually get my dream become a reality, and it was true. My intuition, was right. And then I moved to London.
When did you move to London?
I moved to London in July 2014.
2014. Okay.
One-way ticket. I pushed myself.
Really, one-way ticket.
It was for me getting out of the comfort zone, and it was the first. I think one of the toughest time of my life when I had to go only one way, and I didn't give myself a second chance or another plan, just to be 100% plan, and that helped me so much. I only came with one bag and one ticket.
One backpack and that's it.
No
One
friends,
ticket.
no money. Well, I got some money for a few weeks in the hostel.
Okay.
And then the journey is long and interesting. But yeah, that was happening. That's why I left everything behind. I was living in Italy, and then I wanted to change. I wanted to grow, and I chose London because I felt here I had opportunities to grow. And here I am.
And here you are.
Yeah.
So I'm not good in math. So 2014 to 2000
5 years.
5 years. So 5
Yeah.
years. You've written a book.
Went to the bill.
What else have you done that you have not done? Because you're an
Well-
entrepreneur. You have you're partnered up with Le Noir Foundation,
Yes,
ambassador. I mean, you did a run not long ago.
Yes.
To
Yeah,
raise
month ago.
money, and you got some.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, it
about
was a
that?
project. Yeah, definitely. What I did since I came, I did many things. I tried many things, honestly. I tried many things. I did a few good. And since I reached 30s, I decided not to try any more things, but to do them 100%. So, on my 30s, as I say, I partnered up with the Noir Foundation,
Yes.
which we opened a school in India to provide education services for those kids that can't access to education. And I joined with Jay, which he inspired me, his story, his beliefs, his values, his mission.
He
It
is
really
very-
resonated with my heart, and I joined him. And yeah, I'm the branding
I'm ambassador, you know, for him.
for education.
Yeah, for education.
Yeah.
So guys, if you haven't checked out, you guys have to check out Le Noir Foundation. So we've done a podcast. I'll put in the links below. You guys can check it out.
This is
so
one
yeah.
of the projects.
One of the
second
projects, because
second
what is-
one, and a bit bigger is in Uganda, in
Yeah.
Africa. I became last year the executive director and co-founder of the orphanage. We look after 52 children, provide them shelter, food, education, and we looked at to guide them to decide what they would like to do in the future.
Okay.
And at the moment, Lena Foundation is supporting us on education
Yes.
plan a lot. Yeah. They
So you
sponsor
guys.
some kids. Yeah.
So what are you going to? Because you guys, I just saw that you purchased the land not long ago.
Yeah,
was
what we
it?
do, we have a plan to build up an orphanage, a proper orphanage, or private school,
Yes.
and sport basement. So we want
Sports.
to help them to develop their own skills. So it's something that will take us maybe for 3 to 5, 6 years. We believe in this project, and we take it slowly, but we know we're going in that right direction. Yeah. And with the Ionut Foundation and
It's
other
just-
institutions, we will definitely get there. Yeah.
Okay.
At the moment, we do social events, like running last month.
Yes,
for
tell us
Queen
about
Elizabeth
that.
Park.
Yes.
It was 10K run.
Congratulations, by
thank
the
you
way.
so much.
They won the race, so that's cool.
Yeah, we sweat with to help others. That was good. Doing sport and helping others always benefits both of us. We raised over 1,500. Our goal
Congratulations.
was I think 500 or 600 pounds. So it was
So 500 pounds, they went to 1,500 guys.
That was good because people believe and they get inspired by our stories.
Believe.
And
Yes.
if you do something but you not inspire anyone or touch someone's heart, then I think there's like no point to do it. And this is what we did. Then we do a football tournament in August to raise money again for the
Yes.
kids. And other events, we're gonna do a book launch event, another one, just raise money for the kids.
Yes.
And then we do all the collaboration with other institutions based on education and social, different kind of events that could actually get us to get pounds to support them. Yeah, this is one of the projects we like. Yeah.
Okay.
What else I did? I created the Raise the World Foundation,
Yes.
which with the Raise the World company, which will be even my foundation. Part of my income I would like to share and dedicate it for the kids, for projects for orphans basically. This is my target with adolescents, with the young adults, for orphans. Orphanages.
Thank you.
And not only in Europe or Romania, but orphans around the world. And this is something projecting in the future.
Okay.
So
cool.
I opened
Exciting.
last year the Raise the World. The Raise the World company provides education services for young adults. And we have two departments, one for organizations and one for persons. So our main
Thank
target
you.
is young adults under 30 that would like to design and find out what they would like to do with their life, why they are here for, and teach them mostly life skills.
Life skills.
Life skills and business skills, if there is any.
So my question to you, life skill and business skills, is it because the education system doesn't tell us about it? Do you have a say on that?
I think one of the reasons I wrote my book, the first reason I wrote my book is because schools and universities, they don't teach you how life works. They don't they don't give you strategies to go along life, to do what you want to do. And the second one, they don't offer the guidance
Yes.
on discovering yourself. And I believe the system could be better if they will focus more on the person and not only teach them something, but to know about themselves more. So the first reason reading in the book, it was this. In schools and universities, I didn't get that. When I finished my uni, I was confused. I didn't know what to do.
You didn't know what to do.
I could become a meteorologist, which I studied meteorology.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a profession. I
Yes,
studied
it is,
meteorology. Yeah, faculty of geography. And then I did my first master in aeronautical engineering.
Okay.
And I got bored the second year. And I just left because they never interact with who I want to be. They teach you something based on the subject, but not what would you like to do with that and why. So one of the reasons that's why I wrote the book, because the system doesn't teach you. I think it would be much better, can be improved, and that's why we're here, this generation, to make it better.
To make it better.
To make it better.
So my question, because in your book there are two things that I'd like to jump on. You talk about mind, body, and soul, but also love.
Yeah.
Can we dig deeper onto why?
Yeah, we could, because
Just in a few, because you know,
Yeah.
guys, like you have to buy the book anyway,
Yeah.
no matter what. So we're just gonna give you a few nuggets and
Yeah.
sprinkle on it, but
how to start. I decided to live Love Dream because based on my life story
Okay.
and where I come from and how I grew up, I understood only three things. And to be successful in this life, there are thousands and millions of definitions, right? For me, it's only one. And I believe it's this. And no one needs anything else except of three things.
live, love, dream.
Yes, which I only teach three things, which is mindset, heart set, and soul set. And I break it down. Mindset because you need to be strong. In fact, not to ask for less obstacles or for less problems in life, but to ask to be strong. You need to ask for more strength. And that's why mindset, because you have to train your mind to overcome obstacles. If you look at that, how to train your mind to overcome any life obstacles. Now, there are some obstacles literally that you can't overcome it, but the point of this is to accept them. And it equals like, you overcome it. So that's why mindset, because I had to train my mind to really stay strong and stay on the way when life really hits you.
So how do you do it? How do you, when you have an obstacle in front of you,
Yeah.
could you give like one concrete example that you overcame with your 3 live, love, dream?
Yeah.
Can you
Definitely.
explain one thing so just people can
Exactly.
understand?
When
Because
you
I
have an
understand.
obstacle in front of you, the first thing you do, most people what they do is you jump on a ring, bounce back, and then knock you down. My opinion, what I did and how I manage with, I step back and try to manage and find solution how to overcome it. And that's why you have to train your mind to get that ability to get yourself, ground yourself, and then find
Ground
the solution.
yourself.
If you can't find the solution, you have to make, and that's it, no excuses.
Is there one obstacle in life that you had to find a solution? Can you give us one example? A
Wow.
small one that you may have had.
you make me browse now because I got so many.
I know, because I want you to just choose one. Because I know people here,
very proud.
which is interesting. I think people, like, I understand because mindset is everything. The strength of your mind is so powerful. Even when you run, when you do, even you're running the 10K that you
Exactly.
ran, there was a moment where you were so tired, you had to keep on going. So, and I'm sure people watching today may be thinking, okay, but that sounds easy because, you know, you guys could do it. It's easy for you. But it's just as hard as for
It is.
anybody else. It's, you know, we're all human. We've all got the same things. We just process it differently. So,
Yeah, the
do you
hardest
have one
I
example?
I had many. The hardest one, it was when I was 14, when my parents left, and it was winter time, and my sister was younger, well, she's younger, 2 years younger, and we had to overcome that difficult time of not having food, nothing to warm up with, and the most thing, you didn't have love.
Love.
So for me, the hardest to overcome that obstacle was this, to understand that I need to stay alive, so surviving. And there were times where we slept without not eating food, and there were times when I gave to my sister something and I lying I ate just because I wanted her to do something. And for me to accept that, it was a real big obstacle. And the main one to find out food to survive and stay alive. And when you reach in life that bottom line, and you still alive, you never again get scared or intimidated by something or by someone. Never again. Because in that moment, you have to take a decision. Pick yourself up or die. But die not only physically, dying spiritually.
Like it's spiritually. You're not going
because your
where you-
willpower, you're not having anymore because you let it go. And for me, that was the hardest obstacle to accept that my parents left. So being not loved or not accepted for who you are, not having something physically, the comfort physically, and mainly, I couldn't see anything else, my future and nothing. I had hope that I could get any better, but I didn't know how. So for me, I was confused, and that to overcome that was the hardest point of my life. And in fact, at that moment, I think so many things changed in my mind, in my mindset. And to stay alive, that was my main goal for my sister. She motivated me enough to do something, actually we did, because we couldn't find anything, we had to create something to overcome it. And that's why I say how to train your mind. So the first thing is mind. You know why? Because mind will help you, to get out of any situation first. But then you need love. You need mindset to live your life.
Yes.
But you need to train your mind to live life at the fullest. Not as other people say, but how you
But to
decide.
your own terms.
And I decided to live my own way because I am the one that I take responsibility 100% of my life. Once you have the mindset and you train it and you're ready for life and you live it at the fullest, obviously it's not going to be easy at all.
Of course.
Every time you say I'm ready, something will happen to challenge you. And the more you challenge you, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more you develop yourself. And then there's something else is coming next, which is love, which is heart set. And most people nowadays, they don't know what the hell is in their heart set. If you ask anyone around, very few people they will know what heart set is and what they have in their heart set. Because most people think of love. What kind of love? What is that kind of love? And then most people they don't question themselves. What really is love? And how would I like to love? What's my way of loving
How
others?
do I
But
love?
mainly, how do I love myself and how much? And for me, in that moment, accepting that I'm not loved, or that's the way I took it, it made me focus more on myself, loving myself more. And I struggled with that since I was 20, in my 20s, to accept the way I am, who I am.
So you struggled from 14
So
to 20
much,
to love
so
yourself.
much to accept that. Yeah, I had very low self-confidence, and I was always shy, scared. I couldn't speak. I couldn't get out there because I didn't feel enough. I didn't feel appreciated. I didn't feel I'm important to someone, for something. And we all go through needs, to be appreciated, to feel important, and the need of acceptance. So we want to be accepted. This is our audio purpose. So once you got the mindset and you're ready to live your life with the fullest, the second point is you need heart sets to give meaning to what you do, to give meaning to give feeling.
So then
that's why the heart set is to give fulfillment to what you do. Because if you're too much in the head, and in fact now our generation is too much in the head. Our generation is too much in the head. We have to start to think less and feel more. And in fact, if the world go in that direction, it's because most people are in their head, not in their heart. So you have to calm down and actually connect more to your heart. When you write, your mind is connected to your heart. That's why I say write every day. 2 lines, 5 lines, write. It doesn't matter what, write. You connect your mind to your heart, you calm down. We're too much in here. Just because of technology, because of environment, because of everything.
Because we should,
now,
it's just what we
Live Your Dream will guide you, will teach you how to get that balance. But now, you live your life at the fullest, you give meaning to what you do, because you got the heart set, and now you have to question what is a heart set. We can talk for hours now what mindset means and break it down, what heart it is and break it down. We can organize a workshop. Actually, we do an workshop based on this. And then there is the third part, which for me, complete the two, which is soul set. Nowadays, there is I believe there is a misunderstanding, and there's no culture based on that much. There's no culture based on this. What is a soul set? What we are here for? What's the essence of who you are or your appearance? And most people nowadays, they want to have success overnight, and they want to appear without
everybody wants
essence.
success overnight. Everybody wants it now.
But it doesn't come that way. I was thinking the same. I came ready to do my things in London. It didn't happen that way.
You would have wanted it, but it didn't.
I wanted. That's why I came. I'm doing coaching. I'm getting qualified. I'm doing this and that. I have clients. No, it didn't happen. I slept in the Victoria station. I was sleeping in the train station. I was living in a hostel. Then I did a job. Then I used to sleep in my staff room at work. And then so many other things that taught me about life. That's why the dream will guide you and will teach you to understand how life works. And not only to discover yourself. And this is coming first. And I believe you can't achieve anything in life if you don't know yourself enough. Or just a bit more than normal. You wouldn't. Or you get something, but for short term. What you have to look at is long-term results. Or develop that vision of who you want to become and who you are and what you want to do, but long-term. Most people, they want it now. And in fact, the gratification, they want it now, will burn them out of potential. So many of us have so much potential, but we don't realize it because we want things quick.
Because you're not thinking through your heart.
You're not thinking through your soul set. And we know what we hear, who we are. We are just souls that experience in the physical body, And then we're not thinking about this because we are too much in our head, so we're too much connected to the physicals. We have to disattach. And most of the time we use people and get attached on things. We should do the other ways around. Love people and actually use the things. But we do the other way around. Because it's too much nice, too much in our mind. Because in schools, what they do, they teach you to learn, but they're not learning with the secret. Yes, and mostly discovering yourself, observing yourself, understanding about yourself. This is where soul set is coming, to give sense to everything you do. Right? So you need mindset to live your life, you need heart to feel you live your life, and you need soul set, dream, to give meaning of what everything you do. And this is the philosophy behind the Live Your Dream book. Where inside are so many strategies,
of course,
tips to overcome. Yes, definitely.
This is just like the 3 grand, like the 3 foundations.
Live, dream. And I believe Live Love Dream is the answer. It's the answer to anyone, to everything they want to do. Not because of my story, not, but the way I understood life and about myself. And the secret is this: discover by yourself and understand how life works. That's all. 2 things. If you do this, not to know a lot. You don't need to know. In fact, the more you know, which I learned a lot, and then I learned how to discharge what I learned and actually cancel, delete what I don't need. Because I was too much in here. I wanted to know. Hey, no.
You don't need to know.
You don't need to know everything. And in fact,
what you don't know anyway. So.
Well, you don't know exactly. That's why in the last couple of years, I slowed down and I started to connect more with myself. some people say becoming more spiritual, but I think it's spirituality is another big trend now, like veganism or something.
Yeah, I
else.
must say it is the new thing.
It's something that lead people, ironically, to something else. Which, if you don't know who you are and what you're here for, you easily get lost. Easily get lost. So many things that are not having nothing to do with spirituality. And I believe the more you stay in silence, the more you observe yourself, the more you learn how to listen, the more you connect to nature and come to the basics. That is spirituality. The more you connect with the divine, the more you connect with energy, whatever the people say.
Whatever you want to call it.
I believe it's energy in the end. It's just energy. This is it. And it's nothing more than that. But we like to packaging well. We like to
Well,
give
I
names.
think
we like to say things. We like our mind likes.
because that's what today is, because that's what will grab your mind. You'll be able to think of it.
Exactly.
Because it's just easier for people to know that you're in the new trend. It's like the new black, the new the new orange is black or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But that would make sense. So why this cover? Why blue and orange?
Yeah, wow. This is a personal question.
Yes. Nobody told you. I like asking questions that nobody do like asking.
I did so many interviews
Cheers
since
to
I
you.
published the book, but no one asked me those two questions, which are very, very personal to me. First, orange. Orange because I studied a bit at the beginning of my training. I studied a bit of chromotherapy. And chromotherapy is very, very interesting that will teach you how colors will have an effect, positive effect on everything on your life. Now, orange describe a few areas, a few things. First is creativity.
Creativity, yes, it is indeed.
Yeah. And I didn't like orange since I was 22.
So what happened in between?
I didn't like orange. That was for me a big shift.
Okay.
I didn't like orange. Now I started to love orange. My underwear orange, everything orange.
Yeah, well, we can see like he's orange.
Everything orange, and then I started to love orange, and I became obsessed with orange, right?
Okay.
From not liking it to
Yeah, to
liking
the
it too
extreme
much.
of liking it.
Yeah,
Like,
everything that is orange, you can't do that. And then, why orange? I felt connected when I allow myself not to think too much, but just feel the color. And I felt attracted to it. And I felt good wearing it. And I like it to see on others. And then I thought, oh, wow, orange is actually a great color. Do research, go study, chemotherapy, and I decided orange to be my first color. I got top three colors.
okay.
Now,
So-
orange is my first color. Creativity.
Okay.
Second, spirituality. It's very sensitive, it's very intense at the same time. And it makes you aware, wakes you up. It's very bright. And there's another one related to sexuality. And brings out, the essence in you. This one. And I didn't know until I went to study a course and I found out how complex is orange color. And is already my favorite one. So that's orange. And blue, since I was a child, I like the sky. And when things got harder in my life, and I didn't know what to do, or I was crying, or my parents were fighting, or something happened in the way I didn't like, I went in the garden, and I looked in the sky. And that blue inspired me. That blue gave me hope. Blue gave me hope, peace, and I felt good. And unconsciously, blue, it was my first color, and actually before orange was the first one. Now it's second. Still my favorite.
The blue is communication. It's peace. It's calmness. So that makes total and communication. So
Yeah, and communication, exactly. And it's connection also. I felt connected to. And I don't see the sky as people think the heaven or whatever.
no, but like
I see
you're the
sky-
middle, and then you have the sky, but you also have the water. So you're the in
It's
between.
something that when you go in the summer in the sea, exactly in the blue, you just like go in the blue. Yeah, how does it feel? Makes you peaceful, no?
Yeah.
Makes you feel good, calm you, right? Slow you down. So that's why I do it. And in fact, these two colors became my logo colors.
Okay.
My brand, yeah. In fact,
Well, you can see that's
You
what
can
my
see.
question was. That's
In fact,
why I
you can
wanted
see
to
on
know.
my-
Everybody
I'm
that
actually
he's
wearing
like
that.
actually more colorful than I
People
am.
ask me why this outfit, and never ask me why those colors. They see me always around like this, but no one asks me this view.
So blue, orange.
Yeah,
Is
and
there another color?
it's pink. Well, actually no pink, more like think it's violet.
Like-
This got her bracelet, yeah.
The
It's
bracelet. So
more-
a pale pink,
Yeah.
but it's not.
which is dark pink.
It's pink, but it's not.
really pink.
It's not pink like from you see my
It's
nails,
not
but it's like a
pink,
pale
like
pink,
your
which is
necklace, color similar.
yeah, probably a little one.
Or the flower over there, which is
Yeah, nobody can see the flower, but
Yeah.
we'll pretend. Work
it's-
with your imagination,
it's
guys.
The color that is a violet, like violet. It's a color that inspired me.
Okay.
So that
Why
gives me
that? Why
inspiration.
pink pale?
I
Is there something in there that
yeah,
you
it's something
speaks
that
to you?
inspired exactly something that inspired me since I started meditating.
Meditating,
I
yeah.
try out yoga. It didn't work out for me.
Any kind of yoga? Or
I
did you do like?
I tried hot yoga.
Okay.
I was dying almost. Never again. Never again. Yeah.
Never say never because you'll probably
Never
do it
the
again.
hot
So
one.
maybe not this
I
time.
felt
but-
very bad for a few days. Low blood pressure. I jumped at 6 o'clock in the morning. No eat, no drink. Hot yoga. I felt so bad for a few days.
Okay.
I said never again hot yoga. I started to do normal yoga.
Okay.
And I couldn't manage my mind today. It was
Just like
too
racing?
much. I wasted too much time. Was like it's boring. And then I stopped going in for course. I started doing on my own in the park in the nature differently. No yoga. I tried to do it because how I felt it. And in fact, I advise anyone if they want to start yoga or meditation to do how they feel, not what other people say, because it's coming individually, it's coming personally. So you have to see the way you feel. You have to listen to your body, to your soul, to your spirit, to your mind. How would
I think
like?
you know, as you say, and even in your book, as you say, it's like finding yourself, and then through finding yourself, you do what works best for you.
Exactly.
And that's, I guess, for the yoga, that's how you found
Exactly.
it, by testing, by seeing that, okay, this, because you got to try. I think at the end of the day, it's important to try. If you don't try, you can't do it. So it really is testing what works. If it doesn't, do what works for you. So, okay, yoga.
Yeah. And then yoga, then I started meditating. I say meditation, run. I was
Running?
like running. I played football before when I was younger. And then I went into running, athletics, and then now I'm doing different things, even workouts sometimes on my own. But connecting with nature. Then that's why the pink belt, it inspires me. It tells me something. But recently, just last couple of years,
Okay.
that's my third color, my favorite color. Which colors means a lot for me.
You know, colors are important. They actually, wherever you're going, you can attract somebody without them knowing who you are with the colors.
Or tell them something.
Or tell them something that you may not.
Yeah,
So I'm
words.
not saying that black is not a color. Black, in my opinion,
So,
is a color.
Some people say
But
black.
it depends how you exude your beauty. So I definitely think color
Based
is
on your
so
energy
important.
level,
Yes.
It's based on what you attract, who you
Yes.
are, and what you
And
are.
what you express yourself. That is so
Some
true.
people are wearing black every day.
Which is fine, you know, it
Right.
just depends on
Nothing
what
wrong
you're
with
what.
that.
That's
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's no wrong.
There's
It's
no
just
choice.
it's what makes you feel good. You know, at
Green.
the end of the day, you know, you is orange underwear, orange everything, but blue and
Blue,
pink. So
yeah. Pink.
so what is next for you now? So because we're like 6 months until the end of a decade. Do you know that 6
Yeah.
months, guys?
Well, in fact, I just celebrated my 30th year.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. Last Sunday.
Say.
And I started thinking about it. Oh, halfway already.
Yes, we're halfway of a decade, so we're entering
I
in
was thinking,
2020.
In fact, 2020 plus halfway
Your
to
30s.
finish my 30s, a new chapter. Plus we are in July to December, another
Yes.
halfway.
We're seven is the
A
half.
few chapters, lots of chapters, new chapters in my life, in my book. I see our lives as a blank page, this book, and then you have to write it. And in fact, I have my own journal with me. I write
Yeah.
every day. Yeah.
You write every day.
Every day I write. I have my journal with me, my diary. And I see it that way. Every day has a story. Now what's next for me? Wow. It depends if it's personal or if it's business wise. It's something that
Whatever you want.
everyone has to work out balance, I believe. And you have to stay focused on what matters to you first. And if you know your values and if you know yourself, and you should focus on what matters to you first. And for me, the next to come, I started a new journey with a new business.
Mm-hmm.
I joined a different company while doing different businesses, and I'm looking to grow, expose, success in different industry also. I'm looking to develop my skills as a businessman, and in the next 6 months or next decade, what you say, and the new decade, I'm looking to publish my second book next
Yes.
year. Actually,
Second book, okay.
We have by June the next book launch, June 2020. Wow, it's online already. Yeah, it's live now. Now it's live. It's
2020,
public.
like it's not, it's public.
Now it's going.
I mean, that's it. It's public over there.
June 2020, just before my birthday. I want to give myself a present, my second book for my birthday next week.
Okay.
So
31st, yeah.
2020, yeah, I'll be 21, my second book, and I will have two
You mean
more
31?
books. 31.
Yeah,
31.
okay. I think I heard 21. I was like,
31.
what?
That's one.
You like.
And yeah, the second book is coming. I keep people curious about the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that will blow their minds.
Yeah.
It's something really resonate with this.
Is it like
because-
another chapter of this one? Like it's another,
It's-
like a Harry Potter edition, like
Exactly.
it's a second one?
It's a part of completing this one. It's another level, another chapter of this one. And that's the second book coming up. I say expanding my business. Obviously making grow my personal relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship. I just started and I'm very optimistic and positive. I think we go in the right direction. You know, until 30s you try different things that I said, but then it's not because you're 30, because you become wiser, you'll try to find out more stability.
More about
in terms of
you.
In terms of legacy. What do you really want to build or grow, or what would you like to be remembered for? And those questions are triggering my mind every day.
So that's only what came up when you were like getting into your 30s, right?
Yeah,
Because
20s.
like, can you show like in the last 10 years? Sorry, darling. I'm not making noise. So in the last 10 years, like of your 20s,
Yeah.
what was that for you in one word? Because now
Wow,
you're ending
my
the
10.
30s. Yeah, 10 years.
The last 10.
Last 10. I only want the 20s.
Wow.
So I'm sure there's people listening that are 20s that, what can you give in your nutshell that you've learned that you can move on?
In my 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Few words.
Well, my 20s, that works that I learned, it was firstly to get out of my head because I was thinking repeatedly on something that it wasn't me in control, something that someone else told me. When I finished uni, everything happened. I was in my 22. When I decided to get out of my comfort zone of thinking, so I allow myself to learn something new, to try something new. So if you're 20, or it doesn't matter your age, and if you're not really happy with what you do, or you didn't find the meaning yet of your life or in everything you do, you should give yourself space and time and love and understanding to try new things out.
I
And
love what you're
to
saying,
connect.
space and time and connecting.
Very important. It's crucial.
That is crucial.
And I did it. I went on the trip to the sea, to the mountain. I just disconnect from everything and from everyone and actually try to understand what I really want to do. And when you really want to do this, something happens because you disattach, you disconnect, and most people will judge you. You may have people in your life that will left you behind, or you may have someone that wouldn't believe enough in you. If you want to do something that they can't see or they don't understand yet. So when I was in my 20s, I was very rebel. I said I will do it as I feel it. That's why I gave up on my first master and I started a new one. Becoming a coach, a trainer, a speaker, studying psychology, and understand how your mind works. But then I jumped slowly into the spiritual world, which was actually nothing else than connection yourself.
with yourself.
And then that's why I say you become more powerful. The more you listen to yourself, the more powerful you become.
Because you have all the answers within
And
you.
I think there's only one thing: awareness. And in fact, to become aware, otherwise you miss out the moment. And the trick is that I fight. I fight every day to be aware and to enjoy the moment. Before, I was too much in the future or too much in the past. Now, I'm still there and there.
But you're
I
able
try
to bring yourself back
most of
to
the
where
time.
you are today. Because
Yes.
you're present, but you
Yes.
can't be too much in the future
Yes.
to lose where
have
you
to
are, your
go
reality.
to
To
get
visualize, to get
come
where you
back.
want to go. But yeah.
And come back like we do now.
And walk as
enjoy
if you already
be
have
here,
it and be in the
100%.
moment.
Be in the flow. Be in the flow. If you feel it, you are in the flow because there are no thoughts coming to your mind. And when you meditate, this is happening. You actually slow down your mind, you silence your mind. The thoughts are coming anyway, anytime. We don't jump on them or we don't keep. You let them flow, you let them go. And in the 20s, you think too much. We think too much. In any age, but in the 20s, a lot. Because you want to burn, you want to do, you want to learn, I believe if you are in your 20s or whatever age you are, you should connect more to yourself and ask yourself, what do I really want to do and what do I really like to do, even for free for the rest of my life. I wanted to help others. I didn't know how. It just came on the way. Coaching is just a methodology. Helping people to actually, I'm having a coaching program called self-discovery and real results. Real results means long-term change. And then self-discovery, hey, come back to you. Forget about what you learned from others. Whether it's good, if it's something maths or something else that help you, okay, do what you do, but you have to focus on yourself first. And that's why schools and uni, they don't teach you. This book, yes, they don't teach you.
Yeah, this will really give you like some tips.
And the second reason why I wrote this book is because most of us, we need someone to inspire us. We need a mentor. We need someone to tell us something about ourselves. And first, when I met my first mentor, told me, hey, you have a story that will help so many people out there. I said, come on, man. Let me study and get a job. And when I was married, the same. My ex was like, go get a job studying those things. And I felt like, oh, how could I do that? I didn't feel it was right.
It only takes one person to change your whole mindset.
And they will try so much to stop you. Because most people, they don't like you when you're brighter, when you're powerful. And in fact, they try to keep you there for them. Not with a bad intention always.
No, I think it's just because they just scared, so they just want, it's a mechanism, it's a human mechanism, like we all do. I just want to make sure you're okay, so just stay with me. It's not because I don't like you, it's just because some people are like that. But if you know that you have a bigger purpose, you need to break that. And it's okay if you have to stop a relationship, if you have to move on, lose some friends. I keep on telling to people, like, I win and I lose soldiers. Humans, I call them soldiers. That's just how life is. And it's okay. Like, some people will come in your life, some will leave. Like, you came into my life. We maybe stay a long term. And it depends. Like, it's a flow, but it's all about, you know.
And you have to go to the flow.
And you have to.
You have to.
You have no choice.
I tried to not. I tried to not. I accept and I believe and I say so many times to myself, the more I wanted to be in control, the more I wasn't.
Control.
I wasn't, because our ego wants you to be in control of anything, but you can't. The reality is different, and I fight, and life knocked me down so many times. You know why? Because I wanted to be in control, and because I was too much in the future or too much in the back. But the most thing I want to have everything in control, it was wrong, because my ego expanded more and took me over. Ego is great. It is good. If you know how to handle it.
If you know how to tune it off. You need ego at some moment, but sometimes you need to let it go.
But the more you know yourself, you know who you are and what's your ego.
Yeah.
But if you don't, how would you know when your ego is yourself? And I remember having jobs, many relationships. I wasn't me, 100%. It was my ego. They wanted something that I wasn't. And I was confused, frustrated. Most people nowadays, they are in relationships they are not happy with. And they're frustrated, but they stay there. You know why? Because they're scared. They're scared about something that they didn't even know, because they gave too much power to their ego. And ego is great. I like ego. It's good if you know when to use it and how.
You need it to function. It needs to be in your body, but it's like the yin and the yang. You need to be able to balance it.
It's good. You can't live without
Of course
you
not.
Need to compete in life. You need to be. You need to. That's give it a single winning. And I'm there. And I'll do my best. And I'm the best in something. So you have to, but you have to educate yourself.
Yeah.
And non-formal education, I believe, it will allow to anyone to explore their potential and become someone and do something meaningful or long-lasting, right? Which I call it legacy. And that's why I asked myself when I did my first time self-coaching, what would I like to be remembered for? What would I like to become? And where I see myself in 50 years from now, or 30 years or 20 years, what would I like to build? And that vision gave me strength and power today to overcome life obstacles. Because there are so many. When you think you arrived, no way, there is another level. It's like a Mario game. There was a game when I was a child.
It's just like you're expanding.
It's like going here.
Going to another level, like as you say, going from a game. Like you get to that point, level 2, you get to another one that brings you to another one.
Exactly, and I told my son, I used to write to my son a letter since he born every month. And every month I sit down, I used to until he was 1 year old, and I sit down and say, what can I tell him? And I told him, my son, life is a game. Play it every day. You have the opportunity every day. Life gives you an opportunity every day to play. Play at your best.
Is that the second title of your book?
Not really. It will be something.
I'm trying to get information.
Something that, not really. Could be related to. That's the secret. Most of us, we're not taking the opportunity, but we have it, but we waste it because we don't value.
Yeah.
The more you know yourself, you value more life when you understand how life works. But we're not, because we too much, I believe, of too much information that we don't know how to handle it. But too much that it's not useful. This is a sad thing about education. Too much information that you don't use it, it's not useful. But it's not useful for your development, for your progress, for your career, for you want to become, for your life in general. That's why I believe you should educate yourself based on what do you need. Really. Do you want to have a better relationship, a happier relationship? Study that. Connect with people that are actually doing this or having that. Discover what's the secret. What keeps the relationship healthy and happy. And how you could work towards that. Allow yourself to learn new things and discover and try new things and jump out of your comfort zone and do it. You want to become a busy person, the same. You have to connect with businesses that are already there. So I think we should get out of our comfort zone of thinking. Yeah, if you really want to live, love, and dream.
So my last question on this, and then we'll jump onto the classic "Be You, Do You" questions. So why this picture of you holding your hands onto your mental brain, everything in there, when you talk about love and heart? Why didn't you put it here?
Because if
I may ask.
Yeah. It's the first question again, and you make me feel uncomfortable with your questions.
I love this!
Yeah, I have to say it, because you do. When you talk something to someone, if you're not talking to their level, they may not understand you. Because our society, and nowadays, most people are their heads. Where they look is their head. For me to get the message it was start with the head. And in fact, if I put that, this is a monk, or is someone that pray, or another guy, another guru, I don't want to be just another guru. I had to send the message in a way that I could get it from me. Where are they right now in their head? I have to go there, start from there. And in fact, why here? Is everything starting from here. Because we born here as a spirit, but we grew up by training our mind first. It doesn't make sense, because if you're not allowed to get, you have to go to here first, and then metabolize it and digest it. So that's why this, and the two hands indicating that you have to train your mind to okay? I hope I answered your question. Every time you go, I started my career as a speaker and trainer and coach in school. So I used to go in the secondary schools and teach them how to choose their university or college. And what I did with them, I did a game and I started with the mind. And in fact, once I got that, they became my friends. And I became a child. I started playing with them like a kid because they were kids. And I had to. If I would talk as an adult or as an expert, they wouldn't get me. They would become bored or walk out of the room. So I had to become a child. And I believe we have to have the adaptability to communicate on different levels. That's why I had, because as I said, our generation, too much.
We're so much into the head.
And this attract, this makes you curious. This is like what the guy tried to tell you. And when you read, it makes so much sense. In your mind.
It does.
Yeah.
Have you seen how he laid his book on him?
Well,
it's amazing.
I didn't mean that, but yeah.
No, don't worry. I love it.
Yeah.
So my the "Be You, Do You" question. So what would you say to your younger self if you could tell them one thing?
Well, this is something that goes me good stuff, you know. Which age younger?
Any age is one thing that you would tell them. Yeah.
Be patient.
Patience.
Yeah, patience. That's one thing. Patience coming first. Second, make more mistakes.
Make more mistakes. I love that. Make more mistakes.
Make more mistakes, because I always, I tried not to make mistakes, and then
but you always ended up making them.
I done so many. So allow yourself to make more mistakes.
So be patient. Make more mistakes.
And the third one, allow yourself to learn new things.
Allow yourself to learn new things.
Because we get to stick in what we know most of the time, and 80% or 90%, we are all repeatedly remote pilot, autopilot, and we do things repeatedly that we know. We never try a different way of doing things or getting somewhere get to the job in a different way the next day. You always do the same way because
It's just automatic.
once you do it differently, you connect more synapses into your mind, and you become what? More aware. And that's the secret. 3 things.
Okay. 3 things. So then my next question would be, what is one life skill that somebody needs to have? A skill that they could put on their backpack and be like, okay, I'm ready. Let me box it.
Effective communication,
Communication.
which it means connection. It leads to connection. Connection. Only one. Connection.
I
And you
said
know what?
1, but hey, you're going to 2. Doesn't matter.
It's connection.
Connection.
Connection, how do you connect? With effective communication, because most people communicate but very few connect nowadays. And in fact, it's sad to see
Yes.
how many people talk, but very few connect. Why?
True.
Why? That's why the leaders, the greatest leaders in the world, if you look at that, they connect.
They connect. The
People
greatest
follow them
leaders,
because they feel it.
yes, and they rarely talk.
So if it's one thing that you can take in your bag and go anywhere, it's connection.
Connection.
And if you're able to connect with whatever you like to, bam, bingo.
So my next one would be, what is your motto? I know we've already said it, but I think I
didn't.
know.
I didn't.
Oh, but otherwise,
well, I could say it. Yeah,
but
well, say it. Yeah.
say what is your motto that helps you every
Yeah.
single day?
Never ever give up.
Never ever
Yeah.
give up.
You never know what you're capable until you jump out of your comfort zone and do it.
You never know what you're capable
Until
you jump out of the comfort zone
and do it.
and do it.
That's why this year for my 30th, I decided to give myself a present to do skydiving.
You did skydiving?
And
How was that?
I didn't yet.
Okay,
I
sorry,
decided
I
to
was
give
always
myself
doing
a present to do it, and I will do it maybe with a couple of friends, just because of this. Every time you don't have to jump, you have to expand your comfort zone. I'm organizing a workshop based on this, because most people jump in and die because they're not ready. You have to develop it. You have to expand your comfort zone, and if you do every day little things.
Hey guys, so as you saw, the interview got cut off a little bit sudden, right? That is because we weren't supposed to be filming, so we had the security guards come up, but that's another story. What I did want to say is, as this is ending, please do and get the book of Iulian, Live, Love, Dream. This book is really interesting because it also has some questions and reflections you can write in it. It's a book that you can always go back to. It's not a book that you just finish reading and then you put on your shelf. You can really go back. There are some nuggets in there and some books that have inspired and molded him, such as Poor Dad, Rich Dad, the Bible, Napoleon Hill, some other amazing books that I will not tell you because you're going to have to get the book. But go and do support him. And remember, be you, do you. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. So I shall see you on the next episode.